Good morning, people. I'm back. It's been a while. I'm here. I'm doing love readings. I've done a few so far. This one is going to be for Sagittarius. As always, I have all my decks here, and excuse me, I've done a premeditative read and shuffle on the decks. How this reading is going to go, as it is a love reading, just keep in mind that when I say love reading, this does not have to be your life partner. Okay, it could be your best friend, it could be a family member that you're super close with, that you have this dependent relationship. But the point is that it's in love, it's talking about the people that we are closestly connected to. So that's what this is about. I'm going to read the energy that Sagittarius is projecting onto the relationship, and I'm going to read the energy that the other party is projecting onto the relationship as well. Okay, so during my pre-shuffle, I got a lot from it. And what I got from it was, it almost felt like this relationship is kind of going through a rebirth. It's experienced a lot of tower moments. There was some elements of distrust, but at the end of the day, there was also a lot of love and this desire to rebuild stable, solid foundations. So the other thing I got was, I almost felt like, like in rebuilding broken trust, there's a lot of ruminating and thinking back about past actions, how it affects the future. I feel like there were a lot of lessons learned in this connection. That's what I got from this. So I'm just going to go ahead and start reading. I'm going to start reading. Which deck do I want to use? This one. Okay, Sagittarius, I'm going to use the Common Rider-Waite deck. Another element that I got just while I'm thinking about it, okay, is when we talk about rebuilding stable foundations, I kept hearing this echoing statement in the back of my mind about building financial foundations, building legacy. Okay, doing it right this time. That's what I kept hearing. We're going to do it right this time. That was the statement that was echoing in my head. So, all right, Sagittarius. Whoa, cards have a lot to say right now. What is Sagittarius projecting onto the relationship? Let's see what we have here. We have the Four of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Seven of Cups. The first thing I'm getting off the hop with this is, I feel like you, Sagittarius, in building those stable foundations, I feel like you're taking a lot on your shoulders and you're taking it very personally. The King and Queen of Pentacles came out in my meditation, and here we have the Ten of Pentacles. When I think about the court cards to this suit, especially the King and the Queen, they are very focused on creating a secure and solid and safe, stable environment for themselves, for those that are closest to them. And I do feel like it's been a bit trying and a little bit exhausting, and maybe you feel like you still don't exactly know where you're going. Yeah, there's the Moon on the bottom of the deck, as well as the World. Aha, yes. And the Hanged Man. I like this as well. Okay, the Eight of Swords, and the High Priestess. This idea of like knowing that you need to rebuild stable foundations and you're working really hard on it, but you do kind of, there kind of feels like this financial entrapment. Like, again, maybe you wish there were more resources, and maybe trying to constantly provide those resources for that safe, stable foundation is exhausting you a bit. But there's this element of unknowing what the future holds, where the future is going. And that's a little daunting, I think. That's a little daunting, I think, for you. And I don't think you necessarily I don't think you necessarily express it so easily. I think you take a lot of emotional burden onto your shoulders based on this King of Cups right here. You know, like, it's very dutiful, and like you feel like it's your job, and it just is what it is, right? Like, I feel like you have a good attitude towards it, but slightly exhausting. What else? I think I'm going to read what the other person is projecting onto this relationship here. Oh no, it went under the table. It went through the cracks and under the table. We have a few cards here. Okay, here we go. The Lovers. Strength. I find this very interesting. The Three of Wands. The Two of Wands. The Ace of Wands in reverse. Again, rebuilding those foundations. Like, when I see the Ace, the Two, and the Three of Wands after all these towers that were in the meditation, I feel like this other party also resonates with you on that level of, like, what does the future hold? Like, where are we going? It almost feels like you've hit a brick wall, and I don't necessarily mean with each other, but with your lives, your family unit. What now? I almost get like this element of having to restart all over. Restart in love, restart in physical foundation. This other person in this situation, it almost feels like you are more focused on the actual physical foundations that create safe nets and things like that for the relationship, where they are more focused on the love that you share and what that means. What it means. And with the Strength card here that they have, to me suggests that, you know, they think about it a lot and probably too much. And what does it mean? Over analytical. They don't know where to focus their energy. There's the Six of Swords there. This person, I feel like they might be the one with the trust issues. The Chariot is on the bottom of the deck too. I feel like this other party is a little bit overwhelmed. They don't know where to put their energy. They don't know what to focus on, but I do know that you are extremely important to them. I feel like they are going through a complete rebuild of their lives right now, and I don't think it's easy for them. I think it's very overwhelming. The Sun. I feel like every time you try to rebuild stable foundations with this person, it's almost like you don't know what you can expect out of them. There's a little bit of trauma here. Something happened that maybe has caused them to retract. And it's not very progressive. It's not very progressive to the relationship. But they are experiencing a tremendous amount of hurt. I feel like they probably feel like somehow they got trapped in an illusion. They don't know what to think, and I think they have a very hard time finding balance within the situation. They're sitting in Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands. It's very defensive. Or it can be very defensive. And I think it has a lot to do with their own personal confidence, to be honest with you. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, their confidence in the situation, themselves, you, has been rattled somehow. Regardless, it's almost like you know, and you're trying to possibly make up for it. You're really probably trying your darndest to do what you can to be the calm in the storm as much as possible, while this person figures some things out for themselves. Like, any healthy relationship and people within it know that your happiness doesn't come from the relationships. You both make yourself happy, and you contribute that happiness back to each other, and you share that. And this person here is having a hard time doing that because they're dealing with like how to make themselves happy. But I feel like you are incredibly patient. No, you don't know what the future holds, but I do feel like you're incredibly patient. That Tower kept coming up, and there's these issues of trust and past mistakes. I want to read on that a little bit. I'm going to use Kim Cran's Wild Unknown and here, okay? There's an element of fear of abandonment. Regardless, this person's trauma to a situation and how they respond to it, it's not helping. Okay, Five of Pentacles, I think they communicate it quite a bit, and what they don't realize is that they're giving the devil control, which is their emotions, right? But you're patient. You're patient. So what's all this about? The Tower came out 2 or 3 times, I think, in the meditation. What is that about? Regardless, it felt like old energy, but it was important enough to bring it up. What was that Tower moment about? What was that Tower moment about? Somebody broke trust here for sure. There could have been third-party energy. I don't like to say cheating in a reading, but I can say, and will say, there's an element, a big one, of dishonesty and betrayal, whatever that means to you. Hey, if it's cheating, great, but I don't like to put that first thought into someone's head. Like, you can betray somebody without, tarnishing the relationship in that way, and it's equally as damaging. You know what I mean? That's why the Tower fell. This 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Third party energy. Third party energy. So let's move forward from this, okay? I do see that both parties care. I do see that both parties are trying, although one is healing much more slowly than the other, because ultimately one is responsible for what's happened and the other not quite as much. So how do we move forward from this? Like, how can, there's a good question. How can Sagittarius rebuild the foundations of trust within this relationship? What does Sagittarius need to know to rebuild the foundations of trust within this relationship? Okay. The Page of Wands, King of Wands. I like that picture here in the King of Wands. It looks like, the king is actually picking up and almost nurturing his wand, as if you were picking somebody up off the ground, in a very caring way. in a very caring way. 5 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, 4 of Swords again. Five of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, the King of Cups. How do you rebuild trust? What I'm getting from this is that ownership and acknowledgement is the key. Ownership and acknowledgement to anything, like if you know you have past transgressions with this person, and making them feel secure. There's issues of abandonment here. There's issues of abandonment, so it's really important to acknowledge that this person is safe. This is the type of person that you must create safe space for, especially if there's been betrayal in the mix. And just keep offering your, look, you're the King of Cups here. Just keep being the King of Cups, okay? Be this person's calm. Be level in your emotions with them. You may have to handle them with kid gloves just a little bit, but also remind them that you're on this path together. You're a team. You're going towards the same trajectory to success and victory in your lives together. You're going to have to be the positive influence here. You're going to have to be the positive influence, and I feel like that can be a little exhausting. Like, oh my God, it's been so long. Why can't this person just get over this? We all heal differently. We all heal differently, and I think that's a bit of the message here. But be consistent. I feel like the King of Cups is an emotionally consistent person, and I feel like this individual needs that. They need someone in their life who is emotionally consistent and soft, okay? When I think of Sagittarius, I actually think of the King of Wands, you know, usually, who is also soft, but not necessarily empathetic. This person's going to require a lot of empathy on your part to get over it. It's going to take more time to rebuild the trust. I'm going to pick up your deck one more time. Any last messages from universe? Any last lessons? Important notes? Justice also ultimately will be served where it's due, okay? And I feel like there is a little bit of karmic justice here. The Wheel of Fortune, the karmic Wheel of Fortune came out quite a bit in your meditation. I saw it on 2 different decks. And I think if you have past transgressions, I think you are willing to acknowledge them and you know, I don't want to say it this way, but pay penance. Pay your penance. Bear with me, I need some clarification because it's... You gotta treat this person like the Queen of Cups. They are your Queen of Cups. Sex doesn't matter. They're feeling it hard though. Whatever happened, this person is, like, I can completely appreciate why it's probably taken them an eternity to start recovering and aren't done yet. This is deep melancholy, okay? But just keep being the King of Cups. You know, you view this person as your Queen of Cups. Keep treating them that way, understanding that they are a soft person too. They are soft. They are soft. You got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse. What's on the bottom of the deck? Temperance. They're probably isolating a little bit right now. Just allow it. Just allow it. And keep doing what you're doing. Okay, Sagittarius. That's your reading. That's all I've got for you. So hopefully I'll see you next time. All right? Take care. Stay safe. Make wise choices.